if we aren't single-minded about pleasing Christ, we're going to get caught up in worrying about a lot of stuff that doesn't matter. When we will be entangled. If we're not trying to please Christ, we're going to be entangled in family affairs. What I mean by family affairs is anything that happens with family trumps church. Really? Are you sure? You'll be wrangled into worldly priorities. You'll argue about politics and religion if you're not seeking to please Christ. You'll be tied down to your home, your money, and your 501k. Is it 501k or 401k? I don't know. The Lord is calling us to live with a wartime mentality. Don't let your heart be turned by the world. Don't let your heart stray into its paths. For many a victim has the world, the flesh, and the devil laid low. Countless are their slain. The houses and wealth of our world are going down to Sheol. So let me ask you, have you been immobilized and kept from sharing the gospel through fear? Is your planning for retirement or vacation keeping you from seriously considering how to encourage each other? Our newest followers of Christ in our church are memorizing Hebrews 10, 24, and 25. They're in basic spiritual training. So let me ask you, now, for those of you who don't know what that verse is, Hebrews 10, 24, and 25, you're not going to understand this question, but you can look it up later. What if, as new Christians, these new Christians neglect fellowship with older Christians? I just want you to think about that for a minute. What if young Christians neglect fellowship with older Christians? What do you think is going to happen to them? Just think about that. Now think about this. What if older, mature believers neglect to stir them up and meet with them? What's going to happen? It's kind of like this. If a soldier is absent without leave, if a soldier wasn't showing up for roll call, if a soldier wasn't with his company, if a soldier had the habit of abandoning his troop, would he be pleasing the one who enlisted him? And how would the troop fare? Think about that. You need to be with one another. You need to be with one another. If Micah goes off the basic training, and instead of focusing on the training, he constantly thinks about all he had at home and how easy it was there, how useful will he be to his country? So if you're in basic training, if you're in the kingdom of God, but you're focused on all the other things and planning to get ahead in this life, to grow your self-worth and your retirement, and how useful will you be to the kingdom of God? If we're entangled by our jobs and our money and our health and our entertainments, how fruitful will we be for the kingdom of God?